2014, I went to the Virginia C. Williams place, because this is the place you're supposed to go to get help if you're a homeless family. And I had been at DC General in 2010. In fact, when I went to DC General in 2010, it was because of Grace Elizabeth Reedy. I had to resign under duress on April 25th, 2010. Wow, I can still recall dates. You never forget the day people fuck with you and take your career, and take your children, and take your home, and take your DNA, and take your ID. There's nothing left to take. So now I come for it all back. One call somebody Indian, give her come for all my shit back that they all stole. So let me finish telling you. So thanks to Grace Elizabeth really harassing me, well, it's a good thing I documented that. It's a good thing I went through an employee assistance program. It's a good thing I went through EEOC. It's a good thing I did everything a reasonable person would do to keep their job and to clear their name, right? Because this person lying on me every fucking day because Grace Elizabeth Reedy is a man named Michael Robinson that had a sex change operation at Johns Hopkins University. That is the person you call Michelle Obama, darlings. Wait the fuck up. It's a man named Adrian Malik Fenty. Capiche. So let me break it down for you. So back to 2010. I had sued Department of Transportation, hostile work environment. I resigned under arrest. I gave up my $1,200 a month of two-bedroom apartment. I moved into DC General Shelter with my children. But before I could do that, it's so much nice. Before I could do that, they told me they weren't going to help me. I went to the Virginia Williams Resource Center that used to be on Rhode Island Avenue. And they told me they're not helping me. I said, I call the police, I call the media, I call everyone right fucking now. You have no right to not help me. My slumlord, I paid $1,200 deposit and $1,200 to move in. It's mice jumping out the stove. My daughters at that time were young children. We're talking about like 3 and 5 years old. Are you kidding me? No. Actually, back then, my oldest was 3 and my youngest was a little bit over 1 year old. I'm not having this. No, what kind of mom would accept this type of thing? Anyone. So when they refused to help me, finally and magically a spot opened up after they turned me away many times, like they turned many families away. And the reason why they do this is because it's easy for them to try to steal your children. And that's what Carolyn Bowen of DC Preacher did to me. And I'm going to tell you how I break it all down. So after that happened, I went to DC General Shelter. It was disgusting. It was dirty. They have convicts running it because DC is the only jurisdiction that I know of so far that is felon friendly. They hire your ass. Oh, you got multiple felonies? Oh, come on, you need to be working with the homeless. You got multiple felonies, you need to be a drug addiction counselor. You got multiple felonies, you need to be a therapist. All this shit is going on. So when you have people talking about the case managements are fake, the doctors are fake, all that shit, even I busted my lawyers for being fake ass lawyers, okay? And none but gang members coming out to help their gang, so-called gang leader. They're getting paid peanuts to fuck with me and fuck with people. Except for they don't kind of fight and know my rights. I stopped fighting a long time ago. I'm very good at it. And that's not the point. I should not keep defending myself all the fucking time. Because when I defend myself and I totally fuck their shit all the way up, then they calling the police. You want to know what I did at the United Medical Center that they sent me to, the government? How about I pick up all their wood furniture, and I break it all. How about I had brought my own lighter and cigarettes in there. I smoked my fucking cigarettes, say, bitch, I light your asses all on fire. See, that's what happens when you take innocent people and put them in a psych ward with crazy ass folk, people who are off drugs, who are crazy, who are rapists. When I was at St. Elizabeth, I seen many women and men being raped. You know how I know? Because I see the staff going in their room at night. What the fuck you doing? Get out of their room. And the people act like they can't tell me. So I go and I sit outside and I walk the halls all night. You ain't raping nobody. I sleep all day. Well, you notice that inmates or patients are sleeping all day long, it's because that's what they want you to do. They put the cold air on you. And you have to stay up at night to survive, just like the street. You want to stay alive on the street? Stay up all fucking night long. Because the demons roaming around at night, patrolling, looking to rape, rob, and harass everyone. Breaking your house and some more shit. So, to escape all that, I stay up all night. So, back to DC General. I know you heard about DC General. I know you heard about Kathleen there, and I know you heard about Relisha Rudd. Now, before Relisha Rudd got taken, I told them at the DC City Council hearing, believe it was June 2010. Tommy Wells, look it up. He was the chairperson. I said, they are abusing us here. I had keep catching the men security guards flirting with the young teenage girls, flirting with the mom. I saw the staff beat on the woman. I saw the staff, they tell me I can't get no soap unless I have sex. I don't need your fucking soap. I'm not having sex, and your ass is reported. A lot of them people being abused. They even, what family shelter you know let men come live in a shelter with women and they're not their children? It's one thing if a family need help, you have them in a family setting, but you don't have single men allowed to be just shock up with a woman who has kids and say, hey, I'm here, because they're sex offenders. So I testified about that. I also won an award from the National Center for Children and Family, humanitarian award, and I also was on Fox 5 the same day. So imagine people in the shelter see me on TV testifying about, first they saw me on Fox 5 getting an award, but in humanitarian. Then they see me the next day go down and I testify at City Hall. You know why? Because everybody have a right to be respected. And that was my first time having to do something like this there, but I don't regret it. So why is it that in 2013, release your rod with missing, coffin there covered up, the janitor sold that little girl. No, the janitor brought that little girl from the mom. And that's why the same day that I went to testify at City Council, the very next day, guess who approaches me to recruit me to work for their campaign? Adrian Fenty's campaign. They stalked me outside of the Matthew Memorial Baptist Church. Yes, they did, on Alabama Avenue Southeast. And that's when I first came in contact with Fenty. Didn't know he was a pedophile, didn't know he was a wife beater, cross-dresser, all this shit here. But that's exactly what the fuck he is. And shortly after being on the campaign, I noticed I'm getting followed all around town by green cars, Fenty stickers. This idiot Fenty offering me baseball tickets, usher tickets, all these things. A lot of the people on the campaign was getting these perks. I'm not thinking anything different, except for this idiot in my damn face. I said, you know what, when this campaign over, I gotta start investigating, because I'm knocking on doors, I'm conversing. People are telling me horrible things about the mayor. And at first you don't want to believe it, you're like, these people are crazy, right? Everybody coming out against this mayor. So I said, all right, let me look into this shit here. Sure enough, look what happened, y'all. And then Fenty, our daughter, Aaron Fenty, was left inside of a Department of Parks and Recreation. And he fired Clark Ray, or Clark West, I can't remember the name, I'll go back and look at it, for not wanting to participate. Fenty fired a lot of people for not wanting to be pedophiles. That's why he hired Michelle Rhee. Now the city is majority black. What are you doing bringing in an Asian woman over black and Spanish teachers? Because the city is mainly black first, Spanish second, Asian third, and white last. That's the facts. They changed it up now, but they ain't the majority yet, and they ain't gonna happen. So let me tell you all, they sat there and also hired Coffee there, a fucking cop, so-called, who covered up all the Adrian crime. And the cop didn't have no damn experience, no fucking experience to be chief of police. And what did this bitch do? Come there and steal, harass black officers, harass black and Spanish officers, fire them, bring in young white officer. What are you bringing in white officers in black and Spanish communities? They don't understand the language, the culture, any of that. Now, funny how you can put a black or Spanish or Asian officer in a white community and we can do our job. You know why? Because we know how to treat, most of us know how to treat people fairly. We already know about discrimination, you see. And anytime you have white officers on the scene dealing with black people, dealing with Spanish people, you should always have a person of color there. That doesn't guarantee that they're going to be treated fairly, because a lot of the abuse that I have suffered have been from black people, Spanish people, Asian people, and white people. So I treat everyone fairly. If you're going to do a job, be a police officer, that's what you have to do. You're going to be the president, that's what you have to do. You're going to be any type of public servant, you have to treat the people fairly, everyone. So you have to go away with your own biases and all that shit. And these police are putting mental stability, you know, aptitude tests. I can't tell, because most of these police officers are fucking psychopaths. They were bullies, or they were bullied, and now they want to take it out on everyone. Got a gun in their badge, think they're hot shit. No. So back to what I was saying. So not only did I successfully win my suit against the United States Department of Transportation, they paid me for hostile work environment to the tune of $1,400 a month. Unemployment, because I was entitled to that. That's right, I'm entitled. Black entitlement, black privilege. And I got the hell out of that shelter. And then soon after that, I got the hell away from Fenty. Because when I worked in his executive office, all he did was touch my boy, harass me, do all this shit. Same thing with Charles Ringo later on. So that's how I know these politicians corrupt as fuck. They're sex offenders, pedophiles. And they hire any and everyone to be on the damn campaign. That's why I had to stop them from beating up Fenty so many times. Had I known what I know now, I would have joined in. I would have held his ass on the ground and let everyone get a good smacking and punching kick for the shit he done did. That's why the voters rejected his ass. And that's why Fenty decided, first he's gonna try to switch Republican. Because Republicans like Ronald Moulton, they pay Ronald Moulton to be Republican and run. So you don't think Republican Party paying black people to turn out? Look at Herman Cain. Look at Tim Scott. Look at these idiots. You know, the girl Love, whatever the fuck her name is. I mean, come on, wake the fuck up. You're being used, played. It's a destruction. And so, these are all the key players, right? It took years for me to get to trial because every time I'm supposed to go to trial, I'm shipped off to a jail. I'm taken off the street, hospitalized against my will 17 fucking times, y'all, in 1 year. That's why I get Social Security disability, because I proved I had so many hospital records. If you put anybody in a fucking psych hospital 17 times in 1 year, and every time the judge lets them go, because I'm not crazy, I'm not a threat to anyone. The only person I find me threatening are these pedophiles, are these human traffickers. Shame on you, I'm 5'3", and you're picking on a little homeless woman. So I use that money to rent my place, do what I have to do. In 2012, I said I'm gonna wait the city out. I'm tired of Adrian Fenty following me all around fucking town, stalking me. I'm tired of all this shit. In 2012, I ran for City Council, Ward 5, you can look me up. Amanda C. Broadnox, I ran for City Council. As soon as I run for City Council, my house is broken into. At Trinity University, I have this math professor harassing me. I mean, I had to drop out the race, I had to drop out of school because I got tired of being followed, harassed every fucking day, simply for exercising my right to not only vote, but to ask people to vote for me, that I won't steal your money, I won't molest children, I'm against all of that shit. And I never smoked crack, and I never stole. So what? What you gonna do? And that was a threat to them, because Harry Thomas Jr. stole all that fucking money, $235. $1,000 from youth baseball. Look who's trying to run for office again. Look at Marion Barry, smoke all that damn crack. Put all the black people in jail during his administration, but people don't tell you about that. They say, oh, Marion Barry the best mayor. Why? Because he gave a lot of criminals jobs. That's it. Yeah, he made some good program to get people back to work, the welfare to work program, but a lot of them women and men have to work so damn hard compared to these gangs, these people that come in and get all this special treatment and status. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? Exactly, human trafficking. So the human trafficking at the jails, the human trafficking at the hospitals, and the human trafficking the homeless and the elderly. And nobody believe. Everybody just say, oh, you're crazy. No way. How about at the DC jail, I caught all their asses, fake ass doctors, giving people shots, injections. They force all these injections on me. You know why? Because when they put an injection on you, let's see this car here, it knocks you out. That means they can come rape you, do all their thing. I never let them do it because I know how to fight physically. I know how to fight the effects of the drug. And I make sure that their ass is not going to be in my room touching on me. Because many women say they wake up and it's some man on their fucking bed. It's some man in their room and it's happening to me. And I fight, I scream, I kick back. That's why they're not going to rape me. Well, they've tried. Then they keep on trying and I'm sick of it. So bring it back home. When I had all these warrants, I was on a run. And it's funny how, you know, I never commit no crime. I never committed a crime, period. But that's how I get to see other people commit crime. So you have the same scams going on in San Diego. Because where you think Adrian Fenty ain't had a job in years. Where the fuck you think he working right now? As the mayor of San Diego. Exactly. And Carolyn Curry, kidnapper, That's always trying to be the chief police to cover up the crime. Because Shelley Zimmerman got all that money in their drop accounts, stole from San Diego, like Kathleen Neer stole from DC. And now you have David Neasley doing the same shit. Both of them promoted and appointed by the mayor. Wake the fuck up. Adrian Fenty appointed Kathleen Neer. Kevin Faulkner appointed Shelley and David. It's a crime. They're all thieves, man. So all millions of dollars are going to Alpha Project, going to Interfaith, going to Father Joe's, and they ain't helping the homeless. They're abusing the homeless. So let's talk about why that security guard got killed at Alpha Project. You don't have any witnesses, you don't have anything. A security guard getting killed in a homeless shelter. At the convention center right now, you got 700 people down there living at a convention center. So why is it that the other shelter has security, but Alpha does not? Why is it that I just show you a video that man Bob followed me at my fucking bedside? Now Bob was not assigned to the women's section. And Bob, I just filed a complaint in email to Alpha and the police. And 2 hours later, he's at my bedside. Same thing that happened with Adrian Fenty. So that's how all these people are busted. And if you want to know the truth of the matter, Adrian Fenty even wrote me a letter of recommendation to go to the White House. So all these things that I'm telling you, I told Melissa Hopp, I told North County, just like I told the bilateral safety corridor. So why is it that Melissa Hopp acting just like Grace Reedy, acting just like Adrian Fenty, acting just like Carolyn Curry? Because when you tell them about your abuse, they abuse you. So that way people say, no way, the same thing can't be happening to you. Yes, they are, because they read your case file and they use it against you. People, if they know that you're homeless, you need a home. They'll do anything to you so you can't get a home. Bob McElroy, CEO of Alpha Project, just like the Rock Church, Miles McPherson, they get all this federal, state, and local money, just like North County. And they still rob, rape, and harass the homeless and the worker. Alpha Project, all of their workers were homeless or incarcerated, just like me. And that's how I can tell the ones that care and the ones that just gang. So you know what they do with the worker. They make it so if they harass you, what the fuck you gonna do? Because they're just gonna remind you that you're homeless and that you should be lucky they gave you a job. Wow. They pay the homeless at the convention center. You can make $52 a day at the Wheels for Change. You go out and you clean. Tax-free cash. Now, at first you think that's great, but only there's certain favorites will get picked for it. And they'll get picked and they don't even clean up. I come in a shelter, man. I clean a fucking shelter. I said the women's section, we will not be dirty over here. Every day I tell these women, just like in jail, take a bath, wash your clothes, get your hygiene. Before you spend your little money on whatever you spend your money on, I'm not judging you, but me saying don't be doing the drugs and the drinking. Get your stuff so you don't depend upon them. They get millions of dollars. We couldn't even get no soap in there. So back to Melissa. So how is it that I pull up that Melissa has multiple ID theft cases? Melissa was using the name Amanda Hopp. My name is Amanda. So what the fuck call yourself Amanda Hopp for? And the bitch went to jail, her and her two dumbass homeless sisters. And they're working at North County. So I had to go all the way to Orange County to file a report because the sheriff in Vista, crooked, would not take the fucking report. All right. So when I check my P.O. box tomorrow, I better have that fucking police report. Otherwise, I'm going through my notes, get the police report number that they told me, and I'm going to then have to include them. Because what are they protecting this woman for? Just like I have the video of the police officer. When you serve a protective order on someone, you don't read it to them without telling them what it is, and you're supposed to give them a copy of it. I got him on video. He had a copy of it in his hand. He refused to give it to me. Tell him I'll talk to my lawyer. No, because I have a court date. I have a right to go before a judge and tell him what happened. And once the judge sees all my videos and all my evidence, oh man, Melissa Hopp gonna be held out and handcuffed. Because just like Grace Reedy, just like Carolyn Curry got a restraining order on me when I spoke up about this bitch stealing my children. And I just had to try to get a restraining order on this person, Melissa, which one is it? Just keep changing your name, you're a dirty man. I found out that Melissa Hopp, age supposed to be 13 or age 23. Melissa Hopp calls himself Nordic Blood. If you don't know the meaning of Nordic Blood, that means these are Nazis, darling. This bitch gonna say they are Asanaki Jew, Asakanazi Jew, First of all, how you gonna be German and a Jew? Nobody like your dirty Jews, so get the fuck on. And then on top of that, bitch, please, ain't nobody feeling for you. You the one stealing from the agency. You cannot work for an agency and donate to the agency and sit on the board of the agency. But that's exactly what they're doing. They pay. And do you know what they told me out there? That they film you during therapy. Because how's Melissa a therapist? I've been through all this trauma and abuse, and I couldn't get a single therapy session. And that's because some of the residents told me they like to record you in therapy, and they like to provoke you and do stuff, and they like hand job. Well, I only found one reference for Melissa to be the so-called therapist, right? And it's from a boy who said he knows from first-hand experience. So listen to what they're telling you, first-hand experience. That means he was forced to give Melissa a hand job. I know it's like to be abused by therapists because they've all done it to me, and I had to put a camera on their eyes. See, that's the thing. So I'm telling y'all is that this person, Melissa Harp, is human trafficker. And now they're trying to stop me from getting a job. That's what human traffickers do. Not even a whole week of me moving into the Mountain View apartments, where they also let the maintenance people human traffic. Because why is it that they have codes? And guess who has codes to the place? The maintenance men. That means these maintenance men can come in this apartment any fucking time. And who gonna believe you? Because if you say anything, they kick you out. But they also take foster children in. So I have an issue. If you have a safe house and you're not supposed to disclose the location, the maintenance people should not know the fucking location. The property management should not be all knowing every person that's in the human trafficking safe house. Because every time I would come out to smoke, I had Maggie talking about, solicitation. I had homeless women, especially these white people across from the trailer park, following me around. I had homeless black people trying to get inside. I thinking we're gonna hold the gate open for them. So wake the fuck up. Human traffickers come in all colors, all shapes, all sizes, and a lot of them are women. And that's how they recruit for the men, and they trick you. Because you don't think a woman's smiling face is going to hurt you. But it's happened to me so many fucking times. So what I'm telling y'all, wake the fuck up. Because now you see me on the street. Tomorrow my money run out, I'll be on the street. I'm going to fight legally. Every fucking day I'm going to picket, I'm going to protest. Because now, how am I supposed to get a job? When this bitch got a restraining order that says workplace violence. We never worked together. I was never violent to you. But guess who kept trying to say I was going to be violent to them in the workplace? Grace Elizabeth Reedy. So I'm going to sue Grace, I'm going to sue Melissa, I'm going to sue Carolyn, and I want a DNA test done. They're all the same fucking people. Two people. Carolyn and Adrian Finty, aka Steven Broadnax. Your asses are busted. You did this shit in DC, now you're doing it in San Diego, and your asses is going to jail for this shit. So everyone, you see my story? You see how real it is? Oh, it's about to get much realer. Because I don't support human traffickers. I want them to burn in hell.